I didn't think I was going to be able to hike today. The forecast originally said rain all day today. It's Monday. So I thought, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to hike. But as you can see, it's gorgeous. And it's going to rain later. But not right now. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon on Monday, and I am at the State Botanical Gardens at UGA because I got a very late start, and quite frankly I'm feeling less than motivated. I'm just doing the little 1.6 mile black gum loop, and even though I wanted to stay home and read my books and putter around, that's kind of basically what I did yesterday. So I know that means today I have to get up and do something more physical and get away from being cooped up inside and be out here in nature. And I'm really glad that I did. Even if it rains, I always bring my rain jacket. I never ever leave home without my rain jacket. And I'm glad I did. Because as much as I love my little room in my little neighborhood, nothing beats this. Now, hopefully next Monday I can get up way earlier and go somewhere a bit more mountainous and do a trail longer than 1.5 miles. But this weekend, my new weekend is Sunday and Monday, by the way, due to job change and whatnot. But yesterday, I slept close to 14 hours. I think I went to sleep at around 10:30 or 11 and woke up on Saturday night and woke up around 12:30 Sunday morning. And then was just kind of useless all day. Did the aforementioned puttering around, reading books and doing craft things and whatnot. Today I woke up at like 10:30. It's Monday. Woke up at like 10:30, had my cereal, said my prayers, read my books a little bit while I was eating breakfast. And then, I was nice and comfortable. I'm like, man, I can finish watching season 5 of The Chosen. I can watch whatever movie I just bookmarked to watch. I think it was Acts of Valor. My personal trainer recommended that one. Man, I could be doing all these lovely, cozy indoor things, and I really don't want to go outside. I don't want to people. I don't want to put on real clothes. My pajamas are comfy. Because I was just beyond exhausted. But can't let that negative inertia win. Because when you're not moving, it is very, very easy to stay not moving. And as we all know, with my back injury and the arthritis in my back and whatnot, being sedentary is just asking for extra suffering that I don't need. Movement is everything. Movement and food is everything. So, yeah, I definitely crashed out because I was just beyond exhausted. But this is good. This is good. And hopefully next week I will have adapted to my new schedule better. And my body will have adapted to being on a more normal schedule again. but it is all good. Okay, this is the Black Gum Trail. It looks like there's a good bit of blowdown here that they are working on cleaning up. Now there's signs all over that they are doing improvements to this trail. There was a little bit ago I passed construction of what looks like a new bridge instead of steps over the little creek. These look pretty new. I think these were here last time I was here, but still. They are doing a lot of work on this little trail. And honestly, I think this little 1.6 miles, I think really for this week it is just the right amount of activity for me. Like I just said, I really am complete burned out and just crashed completely this past weekend, yesterday especially. So I think this is just the right amount for what I need this week. And next week, once I'm more balanced out, I will be able to push farther. Now I know I can do 7 miles because me and my friend Teach, she and I did about 7 miles, or just shy of 7 miles at Fort Yargo not long ago. Meanwhile, here I am in Athens, walking around a nature trail, and she is in Switzerland, hiking, and does the El Camino like every year, or something similar. And I'm like, man, after I'm done the AT in 27, no matter how far I get or don't get, I think Camino, oh hi Mr. Squirrel, is the next goal. Yeah, I think that's the next goal. But one thing at a time. I have to be able to survive the AT first and save the money and make it to Maine. Then worry about what's next. One moment of insanity at a time, please. Here is a nice little boardwalk going over some wetlands. Now, one thing I have to confess that I am sad about. For those 3 months I lived in the Myrtle Beach area, there was a state park there I wanted to go to. I cannot remember. No, it was a federal park, I think so. Anyway, I can't remember the name of it. But it was about 3 hours from where I lived. 3.5 maybe. And it was basically apparently walking through old growth forest and swampland. And man, a couple times I tried to do a trip there, but the times I went, they had to call me and say they had to cancel all the permits because of rain, flooding, whatever. And it wasn't safe for anyone to camp, hike, whatever at that time. And I've always been sad that I couldn't do that. I still want to. At some point I will go back. I think it is also about 3.5 hours from where I live now, ironically. So whatever the name of that forest is, I definitely plan on going back and doing that because I think swamps are fascinating. Now, likewise, as a kid, my parents always promised that one day we were going to go down to the Okefenokee Swamp in South Georgia and do the swamp tour on the boats they have and see the alligators and whatnot. Did we ever do that? No, we did not. So at 53 years old, I still have not been to the Okefenokee Swamp. So this is also on my list of things I want to do. So we shall see. That's actually farther, I think, than the South Carolina swamp. I'm pretty sure that's like a 5 or 6 hour drive, without counting for the 80,000 billion pit stops I make along the way. So yeah, there's that. Okay, y'all probably can't see this. If you can see that little black tail there, you might not be able to see it. Anyway, as I was walking across the path, this beautiful black racer snake was going across, just minding his own business. Maybe about a little over 3 feet long, not quite 4 feet. Beautiful little thing. He was just slithering across, minding his own business. But by the time I fished out my phone and was able to focus in on him, he wasn't rushing, but he wasn't, you know, going terribly slow either. He was just going along, and I wasn't able to get a good picture of him. But he sure was purty. He sure was purty, just a harmless black racer. Absolutely gorgeous. I have never yet seen a venomous snake or a bear in any of my wanderings. I am sure I've gone right past dozens of them, but I have never seen one yet. I have seen a few black racers here and there, and a king snake once, random lizards and frogs and whatnot. Occasionally deer, and once even an armadillo. That was in Cloudland Canyon State Park in West Georgia, so that was interesting. But yeah, that was my wildlife sighting of the day. Okay, this is nice. Walking under a nice shaded canopy of trees. Oh, and there's just a little bit of a breeze. Feels much better. I mean, it's like 80 something degrees and the humidity is like 2,000%. So I'm still drowning. But just that little bit of covering and that tiny, tiny little bit of breeze really does make a difference. Just trying to get y'all to hear the same owl I just heard. A lot of times they'll do their little hoot, 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 stop a second, and then do it again, but the little stinker didn't do it again. But I heard him. It was pretty. Oh, here's another river lookout. I will say, it has gone down a lot since I was here last, because we were in something of a drought. I guess technically still are. I just seem to think it was a bit fuller last time I was here. But it's okay. So yeah, now here's the part I don't like, which is paved. Ew, gross. I hate walking on pavement. My back hates it even more. You know, I hike to get away from civilization. Not be reminded that there's civilization anywhere near me. I'm not fond of... Oh look, okay, not a snake, but a worm. Hello, wormy. But you know, every day is what you make of it. And even when circumstances are not ideal, so what? You know? Find the good thing in it. Find the joy in it. If you can't find the bright side, polish up the dull side as best you can. But yeah, oh no, I have to walk, you know, maybe a quarter mile on pavement. Oh no, but you know what? I get to walk. I get to be outside. I get to listen to the birds sing and wish these blackberries were ripe. You know, this time last year, man, I was so broken last year. And even though I am not entirely satisfied with where I am right now, I'm not where I was last year. Oh, is that one ripe? Oh, there's a ripe one. Yes. Blackberry. Delicious. Perfect. Ooh, here's another one. So see, if I wasn't on the pavement, I wouldn't have gone past these blackberry bushes. Oh, that one's not so ripe. And I wouldn't have been having a snack right now. Yep, those are perfect. Perfect level of ripeness. Not too tart. Perfect. Well done, UGA. Good job. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, even when circumstances aren't ideal, so what? Enjoy it anyway. And yep, the pavement part is not very far. It's just, I don't think it even is a quarter of a mile, honestly. Maybe it is, but nah. This is the way to the car. This is the only part where there's any kind of like small hill. And man, I hate hills. Which is ironic considering that the greatest love of my life, the Appalachian Trail, if you walk it end to end, it's the equivalent of climbing Mount Everest something like 16 times. Have a weird idea of fun. Oh, hello, Mr. Butterfly. Y'all see him? Oh, hello, Mr. Butterfly. But yeah, now we go that way. Oh, yeah. Look at those clouds coming in. At some point we'll get rain. For sure. Now we are at mile 1.23. Almost done with this hike. Almost. This is the home stretch.